This is MILWAUKEE PACKOUT, the reigning champion of modular toolbox systems. And this is the brand new Klein MODbox. Stay tuned for my first impressions. If you're curious how MODbox is going to stack up to the competition, then make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, because after this first impressions video, I'll be doing a more in-depth comparison versus PACKOUT and Rigid Pro Gear System 2.0. For more info on those systems, check out my previous toolbox comparison video that also featured Flex Stack Pack. Alright, before we get into my initial thoughts on these boxes, Ohio Power Tool did send me the stack for review. However, that is the extent of this deal, and everything I say is as unbiased as possible. Also, if you're interested in getting some MODbox of your own, I'll have my affiliate link in the description below. It's one of the few retailers that is currently selling MODbox and their accessories. Let's start out by taking a look at the pricing. The Klein rolling box comes in at $149.98, which is a little bit higher than the PACKOUT one at $139. The medium box at $89.98 is priced 1 cent more than the PACKOUT large box at $89.97, and the small box is $79.98, which is 1 cent more than PACKOUT. These three boxes are also available as a bundle for $319.94. Comparable PACKOUT boxes are $11 cheaper at $308.94. Overall, I'm a bit surprised that Klein did price these boxes a little bit higher than PACKOUT, but let's go over some of the specs and features to see if they're going to be worth it. Let's start by taking a look at the specs of the top box. The top box has an IP65 rating, can hold up to 75 pounds, and has very similar dimensions to the PACKOUT toolbox. So far, I'm very impressed by the quality of MODbox. Everything from the latches to the material choice makes it clear that a lot of thought went into this design. A very unique exterior feature of the MODbox is the V-groove and integrated ruler. Another nice thing about this lid is that when you open it, it doesn't hit the handle and it can stay up on its own. PACKOUT's handle is too close to the top box's lid, so it always is pushing it back down. The interior of the top box isn't that unique. It looks like there's some slots that can accommodate dividers, and there is one organizer bin included. Usually there are at least 2 organizers or dividers included in comparable top boxes, but it is better to get one than none. That being said, this organizer is very sturdy, and it includes 2 dividers. And as usual, the organizer can be placed on either side of the box. Moving back to the exterior features of the box, the handle is pretty ergonomic, but it is a little bit smaller than other boxes. And there's a metal reinforced locking hole. And now the most unique feature of the MODbox are the side attachment rails. These rails are pretty cool, but for the time being, they're only useful if you get the Klein accessories. And since the rails take up most of the real estate on the side of the boxes, there aren't any other integrated handles. Now let's take a look at the locking mechanism of these boxes. Integrated into the bottom of the boxes are these 4 large feet that slide into the cleats on the lid of the box below it, and they're held in place by the spring-loaded front latch. Compared to some of the other toolbox systems, this design is one of the most secure and easy-to-use locking mechanisms. As of right now, my only minor complaint is that the handle kind of gets in the way of this latch. It's pretty obvious that Klein took a lot of inspiration from MILWAUKEE PACKOUT's cleat and feet design, and I don't blame them. These front latching mechanisms are much more secure than other side latching boxes. And this type of mechanism also opens the door to 3D printed feet and cleats. Comment below if you think I should make some. Moving on to the medium box. The specs include an IP65 rating, a weight capacity of up to 100 pounds, and the dimensions are very similar to the PACKOUT large toolbox. Exterior features on the top of the box include that ruler and V-groove, and a nice handle. Once again, it's obvious that Klein took time to make this feature unique. The handle has more range of motion than other boxes and will definitely make carrying this large box more convenient. Speaking of handles, the PACKOUT box has a handle on the front of it, but the Klein box does not. And once again, the side accessory rails do take up some of the real estate that could be used for an integrated handle. The inside of this toolbox has a few more unique design elements. Starting with the one included tote. As usual, it can go on either side of the box, but the storage capacity of this tote is a bit more than usual. There's plenty of room on either sides for larger hand tools, but the 3 smaller cubbies make it easy to store smaller items like bits, hand tools, or pens and pencils. Another unique interior feature is this metal plate on the lid. Those grooves seem to be compatible with a Klein headlamp, or you can just use any magnetic light like the M12 Rover. For more info on the M12 Rover, I have a full comprehensive review, and I make several products available on my website, whyhedesigns.com. Also on the inside of the box, it looks like there's slots for dividers, and there's even an integrated wire dispensing slot. Moving on to the rolling box. Once again, the specs are pretty standard with an IP65 rating, 250-pound weight capacity, and similar dimensions to MILWAUKEE PACKOUT. One of the more noticeable features about the rolling box are the larger wheels. Before MODbox, PACKOUT and Flex Stack Pack had 9-inch wheels and were the biggest on the market. The most important part of any rolling box is the handle, and the MODbox might be the best one yet. The top of the handle has one of the most ergonomic grips out of all of the boxes I've tested, and the overall feel is very sturdy. The only minor complaint so far is that the release button can get a little bit stuck. And another thing that contributes to this awesome handle design are these release collars. Some boxes don't have any convenient way to take the handle off, and those that do use a smaller release mechanism all the way at the bottom of the handle. This design to release the handle has been the easiest and fastest one that I've tested so far. My personal favorite feature of this handle are the storage slots. The wider slot is great for storing long levels like these Masterforce ones that I've done a review video on. And the smaller slots can work well for long clamps, rare cleanup tools like brooms, or conduit benders. As you can see, even with all the slots in use, there's still enough room to grab the handle in the middle. Also, I plan on designing my handler system mounts in the near future, so you can start to customize your MODbox with whyhe Designs organization products. For more info on this system, I have several other videos on my channel. And while we're on the topic of handles, one thing missing from the MODbox rolling box are side handles. The side rails can function as sort of a handle, but they're not as comfortable or probably as strong as the PACKOUT ones. There is a lip that can function as a handle on the front of the box, but I think PACKOUT's is superior. When opening the lid of the bottom box, there is a very strong retention mechanism at the top. It's not the most pleasant sound, but the plastic tabs definitely keep the lid up and out of the way. I'm a little disappointed that there isn't another tool caddy in the bottom box, but there are a few features inside, like slots for dividers, and the wire dispenser that might make up for it. The tool caddy does fit nicely inside this box, so it's disappointing you don't get one per large box. Alright, that was a quick overview of these 3 boxes. Overall, I'm very impressed with them and can't wait to check out more of the MODbox system, like the accessories that go on the sides, and other new items like the drawers, half boxes, organizers, and bags. If you have any questions about MODbox that I should address in future videos, make sure to comment below. For extra content on MODbox and other storage systems, check out my Instagram that I'll link below. And as always, smash the like button and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of future tool content. See you in the next one.